Stephen Costello,
I'm Eileen Perez.
and we're doing Romeo and Juliet in the production of Romeo and Juliet here at San Diego Opera.
It's really exciting to perform Romeo and Juliet together. Obviously, I'm so inspired by him because he's an amazing singer, but all that, he's my husband. So it's really in the scenes that, usually you have to sort of have like the artistic discussion of this is where you can touch and this is where you can't, and this is where, you sort of have to do that on a collegial basis most of the time in productions that are romantically involved. So with that, we just don't have to have that discussion, and it just becomes more about, hey, this is not such a good angle for me to sing in, so can we try something else?
Because we've both done it before in different productions and different venues with different directors and different singers. So we each bring something completely different to the opera that we've never really worked with. So it's bringing our experiences together and combining them into one new experience into this production.
Like in the wedding scene, for example, when we were staging it, we were married in the Catholic Church, and so how we are sitting on the altar is exactly the same position we were for our wedding, and it's kind of neat. I just thought, I guess, and as singers, we've sung for friends' weddings and families' weddings before, and it was, when it was our turn, it was, I don't know, I guess, you get to pretend you're married on stage so many times in different productions, different operas, but then for it to really happen in our life was really interesting. It was just a different kind of feeling, and I don't know if other couples who sing together have ever felt that before, but we certainly did. The best thing is that if we're in the same production, our schedules match up a lot better, because we've done
it's almost like we're like in a real profession where you can come home every day to your home, to your family. I mean, that's probably the best thing.
So I think there's, as an artistic sense, it's a story that it's still living, and it's a story that's full of, it's not just about two families who hate each other, but it's also about love against society's rules. And you just see like the character, when they just, I don't know, I guess everyone kind of can connect to not fitting in, or when you find love, sometimes it's really difficult to get parental approval. And I don't think that that's died out. So as long as people are young, in love, and in society, this story, you can connect to it.
And it's also a story that we've all grown up with. We've all learned in school. So if it's your first opera, you don't have to read the subtitles every 5 minutes to understand what's going on. I mean, you know the story, you know the workings, you know it from scene to scene, and it's just you see a vocal, I guess, like a vocal show from everybody, not just the main characters, but from Mercutio, who's in his aria alone goes up and down his entire range of his voice, and the Tybalt, Friar Laurent. I mean, you really get to see everybody do what they're trained to do. Oh, she has bruises. I pulled a muscle on my shoulder right here. It is. It's a very demanding job. I mean, Joel Sorensen is playing the Tybalt, and we had a round table discussion last night, and he said that he started working out, training 6 months prior to this, because the stage director, the stage combat director, Dale, is spectacular. I mean, he really makes these fights realistic and makes his work to our limit. Like, he really, if he looks at you and says, "Oh, you can do this," then we're going to be able to do it. He's going to get us in shape, and he's going to get us ready for it. I mean, it's really wonderful. And if we're not in staging rehearsals, then a lot of the guys that have the big fight scenes are in the other rehearsal studio working on the fight scenes for a couple hours a day. And it's a very physical show. I mean, for me, there's a lot of climbing. There's a sword fight. Same thing for Juliet even. She has to, come down from the balcony, a lot of running up and down stairs.